Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're going to be talking about Strange Harvest. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Well, reviews for this are quite good. It has a 92% critic score. No cinema score. This isn't enough theaters to get that. No audience scores popped up though, so I'm gonna look at some ratings to see like what the vibe is. Let me see. Okay, we got some mixed emotions. uh, Let me see. Blah blah blah. Okay, we got 5 stars. It says I'm not gonna read too many of these, but 5 star says truly a tantalizingly frightening experience. It blurs the lines between real and fake to bring together a gruesome murder case that will not leave you even after the movie's over. They got 2.5 star that says kind of along the lines of the Blair Witch Project, but deviates quite a bit into a documentary by two police officers who were on the scenes. Nothing really scary at all. For the first 20 minutes, you think this is a documentary about a real killer. Then the 45-minute mark, you realize it's all fake. And at 60 minutes, you lose interest and you want the movie to end. So, yeah, that's one review. Oh, this one's interesting. It says 5 stars, success in 1 hour and 34 minutes, and then a bunch of explanation points. Not sure what to make of that, but 1 star says incredibly boring. Any scary scenes in the movie were also in the trailer for the most part. Everything else was a drawn out mockumentary with poor writing. So yeah, some bit of a mixed reactions. Some people liked it, some people just couldn't get into it. Yeah, reviews are good though, so I'll label that as a pro. Um, I think that's kind of it though. I can't think of anything else when it comes to pros. I can't mention, this is like a found footage movie, and found footage movies, like they've had like a long history in movies. A very, very controversial, infamous movie, Cannibal Holocaust. That was like a pioneer for found footage movies. And then Blair Witch Project, that kind of popularized it. And people were just like, oh my God. The people thought they were probably watching a snuff film or something. And it became like a huge phenomenon with that. And then later on, you'd have movies, you have like Paranormal Activity, which also became a bit of a horror phenomenon. And then a lot of people like jumped on that bandwagon, and you had like a bunch of them come out one after another after Paranormal Activity. Well, I forgot to mention Cloverfield. That's another like one that really like utilized it very well. Yeah, after that they just kept popping up over and over and over with the Paranormal Activity movies, making as much money as they did. But you have some different ones in there, like Chronicle, a non-horror found footage movie. Chronicle, I think, is super underrated. Project X, a different type of found footage movie. But mostly this is associated with horror, and it made so many that it just became real tired by like the mid 2010s, and most people were just over it. Most people were just like, I'm done, it's over, and it just kind of died. I mean, The Visit was a success, but yeah, the found footage movie just died after that. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But anywho, cons. Okay, so lack of audience interest, lack of audiences even knowing this exists is a problem, obviously. Especially when this movie's coming out on a weekend that's like very crowded. There are a lot of movies playing right now, and this has like no attention whatsoever. So yeah, obviously that's a big old con. Not to mention when it comes to horror, you have Together, You have Weapons. So, and most people are obviously going to see Weapons. So to release this the same weekend as Weapons really doesn't make a lick of sense. But yeah, so you got direct competition. This competition in general, because again, a lot of movies are playing right now. So that's very much a con. Another con is that this movie's only like 700 something theaters. So obviously, that's not a good sign. That's a sign that this is going to be one of those movies that plays for like a week and then just disappears the next. Because that's usually the case for these type of movies. So I'll label that as a con as well. And then this from Roadside Attractions. I've talked about them more than once. They've had some hits in the past, but for the most part, they just haven't been able to really have a real hit in quite some time. And this year, I mean, like, what have they really released? But the only movie they've released that's had like any real attention is Last Showgirl. Everything else, no, forget about it. I bet you forgot all these movies here even exist. So, yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll label Roadside Attractions as a con as well. And that's really it. I honest to God can't think of anything else. So opening weekend, $1 million seems ambitious. I'm gonna go 500K to a million for opening weekend. Its total will be very much less than two, probably less than one, really, but less than 2 million total. And that's it. So we got one more movie to talk about. The movie I've been wanting to talk about the most. Weapons. Yeah. That'll be next time on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year or the past few years. You want to watch any of them, go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. July recap will come out Sunday, so stay tuned for that. August recap will be like the second weekend of September, so stay tuned for that as well. You want to watch any other recap videos, you can go right ahead. But there's also the canceled series, where I went over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Never talked about Strange Harvest once, but if you want to watch all 250 episodes of Canceled, you want to binge watch it from beginning to end, I highly suggest you do that, so go do it. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.